In 1994, Ian Wright accomplished a feat of scoring in 5 consecutive games in the Premier League for Arsenal. And last weekend against Newcastle, Saka became the first Englishman to do so for Arsenal since Ian Wright. Through all of the talk of Saka underperforming this season, is he better than Foden? Should he start for England in the Euros? He can't do it in the Champions League. Saka has silenced his critics again and again. And he is now going on a run that has catapulted him into being one of the best right wingers in the world. And I was wrong. I was wrong about Bukayo Saka. And in today's video, I will explain why. So what's going on, everyone? You are listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let's get into it. Now you can go back and look through my videos on this channel, through Saka's bad games, through his good games, regardless of his form or his numbers at the time. One thing has remained consistent with my opinion on our star boy. I said he was an extremely high-class player, capable of flipping a game on its head, capable of dragging a team by the scruff of the neck, capable of producing on the biggest stages in the biggest games. I said he was one of Arsenal's best players and has been for years now, and I still stand by every single word of that. So where was I wrong about Saka? What did I say that was just incorrect about Bukayo Saka? Well, I said that as good as Saka is, as much as he has produced for Arsenal, I said he isn't world class yet. I said he was an extraordinary player on the verge of being world class, but he wasn't world class yet. Now, for me, world class means that you are a top 15 or a top 20 player in world football, regardless of position. And while I have said that Saka is quite close to being world class, he's quite close to that list, after this recent run, I think it's fair to say that Bukayo Saka, in my opinion at least, is now world class. Look, I get it if you think Saka isn't world class yet. I get it if you think he has been world class for a long time, because everyone has different meanings for world class, and in my opinion, it kind of gets thrown around very often nowadays and it's starting to lose its meaning. But again, as I said, for me to be world class, that means you are a top 20 player in world football, regardless of position. And for me, Saka is now world class. In the Premier League alone this season, Saka has scored 13 goals and got 7 assists in 25 games for Arsenal, scoring 3 goals and getting 4 assists in 6 games in the Champions League. All in all, Saka has already scored more goals and got more assists for Arsenal in all competitions this season than he did last. And he did that all in, get this, 14 less games. Now, if that wasn't impressive enough, this season Saka has played 112 minutes less in the Premier League than he did at this stage last season. Yet he has 3 more goals and 1 less assist than he did last season. Not to mention Saka playing Champions League football this season as well, whereas last season he only played Europa League football. This season Saka has been much better than last. I have been saying that even though it was a hot take at the time, that Saka has been a lot better this season than he was last season. The underlying numbers showed that, and off the eye test it was clear as day. Saka has proven to be a world-class goal-scoring winger that is capable of scoring anytime throughout a game, and is just as capable as providing his teammates with goals and chances. Saka has overperformed his XG, scoring 13 goals from 11.26 expected, just showing how clinical he has been this season in front of goal. Saka has also underperformed in assists, getting 7 assists from an expected 8.57, which you would think at first glance that is bad on Saka. No, that is showing how good Saka is at creating chances, showing that if we had a world-class finisher in the box, that Saka would have even more assists than he did already, because he has created more than enough chances to have more than 7 assists in the Premier League. Saka has already created 63 chances in just 25 Premier League games this season. Slightly ahead of Saka for Arsenal this season, but it's very, very slight. All in all, those videos I did earlier in the season where I was defending our star boy, speaking about how good he is as a player, how he is playing better football than he did last season, those videos are really starting to age like fine wine. And all those hot takes about Saka being overrated, about Saka just being an average player, but because he is English, he's getting overhyped. Those takes are looking really, really bad nowadays. And at the time, I disagreed with those takes, and as time goes, I'm sure those people with those takes are starting to admit that that was maybe reactionary. The fact that people had the audacity at the time to compare the likes of Cole Palmer to Bukayo Saka was absolutely insane at the time. I said that, and it looks even worse nowadays. Saka for me is a top 20 player in the world and one of the best right wingers in the world. No, he is not better than Salah. I don't care what you say, he's still not near Salah's level, but he's at least a top 3 right winger in the Premier League. Probably second in my opinion, but if you want to put Bernardo Silva as a right winger, then sure, he can be third. But at just the age of 22 years old, yes, Saka is still somehow only 22 years old, surrounded by a young team with a young manager that keep improving day in and day out. This Arsenal team is destined for greatness. Maybe not now, maybe not next season, but in the next 5 years, if we can keep this trajectory going, we are destined for greatness. And with Saka seems to have the personality of being humble and a hard-working kid with a lot of talented young players around him, with a talented young manager. It is going to be scary, but not for us. But yeah guys, that's the video. Let me know in the comments below, do you think Bukayo Saka is now officially world class? And if you do think so, how long have you been thinking he is world class? Let me know in the comments below. Please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.